my god, Checkerboard Hill Sonics! This is gonna be the best game ever!
Yes, everyone, we're doing Sonic Heroes. And no, this isn't the crappy PS2 version, it's the GameCube version.
It's like everyone thought this game was going to be awesome simply because return to classic format and Checkerboard Hills and other such shit. Unfortunately, that wasn't what was wrong with Sonic Adventure to begin with. So, no.
Mind you, I certainly don't hate this game by any means. It's just meh.
No, I don't either. If I think aesthetically this is the best looking of the
Dreamcast
3D. Yeah, yeah, see a Dreamcast. There you go. It's technically it's a kind of a Dreamcast game in a sense.
I like the level designs in terms of environments.
I did.
I like not the actual stages, but the stage gimmicks, the environments. They're awesome.
I'm gonna have to agree with Gareth on this one, that after playing some of this after finishing recording Shadow the Hedgehog, I'm kind of agreeing with him that I like that game more than this one.
What?
Eh,
the face.
your mileage may vary. They both suck in terms of structure.
I would still much rather play this than
The
Shadow.
only problem I have with Heroes is that you have to play it 4 times just to get to the last story.
And a special stage.
Other than
suck,
that, though, an adventure through Team Heroes or Team Sonic is much more enjoyable than a typical playthrough of Shadow the Hedgehog.
It's a long. There's a lot of. Okay, I'm not gonna say there's a lot. There's a few reasons for that, but I'll explain when it becomes relevant.
There's a random naturally formed loop-de-loop in this extremely realistic desertscape. What?
This must be the most boring zone ever.
That's why we don't play in it.
It's got one loop and an otherwise wide-open straight line zone.
There's not
It's
even
rock-
any
it's
enemies. You can't lose. This is the epitome of
I
hold
like
right
the way-
to win.
I like the way Sonic's legs move. It looks like he's got 7 of them.
Knuckles, why are you here? Aren't you supposed to be guarding the emerald?
Whatever.
Wow, I'm very impressed that he managed to print out a GIF file, like an actual GIF file.
He's got 300 IQ. If anyone's gonna manage it, it's him.
Yeah, this is also the
I'm going to. I want to assume the tornado crashes after they jump out of the plane.
Well, we,
They
we,
just
we,
landing
we,
here
we never see it
involved.
again. It looks
We
Wow,
Kills it.
I just realized that first intro cutscene looks like a motherfucking Roadrunner cartoon. I don't believe I didn't see that before.
They were traveling through the rock zone from Sonic 2 beta.
It's
unfinished, that's why it's so boring.
No, I just mean like the stereotypical cartoon cacti, the desertscape, the running fast. It's just like, what? Where's Wile E. Coyote? When is he gonna try and blow up Sonic?
What the heck is that green goop that they always put these anime characters in when they need to be healed for something?
It's
What does
not
it do?
Bacta. It's not Bacta.
I always thought it was Barberside from Barbershops.
Yeah,
You gotta
Sonic,
keep Shadow disinfected.
Sonic
I like
Heroes.
how Rouge just jumps in the middle of the two, and suddenly Omega's not firing machine gun bullets anymore, because it's a good thing he's not, actually, because if he wasn't, this would be an M-rated game, and Rouge wouldn't be in it anymore.
Now
Yeah.
she'd just lose some rings,
Mm.
if she had any. Otherwise, then yeah, it would be pretty M-rated, I assume.
Yeah, Sonic Heroes, the last full game with the original voice cast.
On the note of ratings, they definitely tried to dumb down Rouge's costume a bit for this design, but they just wound up making her cleavage even more apparent. Somehow.
I hate this costume. I'm gonna say that I don't like Rouge's costume in this game.
Damn, it looks really fugly.
Hey look, it's Team Pointless.
You mean every team besides Team Sonic?
Nah, at least Shadow has some plot relevance.
This time, there's no excuse of colorblindness, because the only thing they have to go by is a fucking black and white photo.
The thing is that Team Rose is by far the easiest team to play as, but it also has the 3 most annoying voices in the entire goddamn game. So I'm torn.
You have to say you enjoy Sonic Heroes by playing as the girl team. There's only so much men's pride could take.
Don't make
Well,
me
that's
tear
what-
off your
well,
head and shove it up your ass.
Whenever you start running out of pride, switch to big and belly slam things. That'll make you feel manly.
But I don't have balls of steel.
I don't think you have balls, period. I can't see them.
I'm not gonna lie. My favorite character to play as in Sonic Heroes at all is Big the Cat, which is fucking backwards, but He just has
Your
the
favorite
What you-
power character or just favorite character?
What you don't-
My favorite's
favorite character to
favorite
play
power
as
character is
generally is
Omega.
Big the Cat.
What you don't see is that in the next room, Mighty is still sleeping.
Is that where he's doing?
I think he's just watching the phone to make sure that nobody calls while they're gone.
He's the receptionist.
He's the intern. He doesn't get to go on any of the fun missions.
Oh, so he's that chick from Ghostbusters. Okay.
Yes.
He's the receptionist.
I've actually watched Ghostbusters. Huzzah! I get the references now.
About fucking time.
It's weird having a time where the Chaotix voices don't want to make me rip my ears off. It's just strange.
I like Vector's voice. Charmy's still annoying, and... Well, actually, I don't think SBO has ever been terribly bad. Just meh during the fourth.
SBO never made me cringe of any sort. I do agree, though. I do love Vector's voice in this game. I love the gruff.
Oh, God, coming into
Detectives.
this out of Sonic Generations makes it look so ugly.
Yeah, it really
It's rather
does.
colorful. It's still colorful in a sense.
I don't know. Sonic Heroes is where the really, really shiny Sonic models started to happen. And
Well, in
that's
terms of
always
models,
fun.
I would agree, but environment, I still think it's pretty gorgeous to look at, really.
It's got a really good environment, yeah.
Yeah, Tails, your voice is so annoying in this game.
It's
Now-
the most nasally voiced.
It's the OVA voice.
I have a bone pick with this game, and, it's not so much a problem in this level, because, first level, the signposts that tell you what character to use, kind of useful for getting into the game.
They continue to use it.
They used it all the way in last fucking level. All over the place. Signs everywhere. Use this here, do this there. That's how you're supposed to... You know what? Gamers have brains. Just saying.
We can figure this shit out on our own.
In fact, stereotypically, gamers tend to have more brains than most people because we're the nerds of society. Nerds have
I'm
brains.
gonna assume that has more to do with it being marketed towards kids and shit like that.
Well, Sonic's always been marketed towards kids.
Kids have brains
Yeah, but
too.
this one more than every other.
Kids have brains too.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids are a lot smarter than people give them credit for. I
Well,
find.
but I also think kids of today need a bit more of hand-holding than the kids of yonder.
No, that's just your
People think.
perception of them. You're getting old, John. Back in your day, you could do it, and I'm pretty sure that back in this day, kids can do it as well.
How did you miss that?
I was
You-
in flying
You
Like-
in
progression.
flight mode.
Airtime. Well, kids of today are just as smart as kids of yesteryear. The problem is they have more soccer moms that make them stupid. That's my thought on it.
Yeah. Tip number 1 for Sonic Heroes: always level up your speed character first.
Yeah.
No, I would recommend leveling up the flight character first, actually.
Well, flight character for later on, but for early levels, update your speed character because you can one shot.
Fully leveled up flight character has.
I level up
The-
speed.
the-
No,
the
speed
thunder
character
shoots.
because you can. No, the speed character can just plow through enemies.
Yeah, it's very true, but the fully leveled up Thundershoot takes out everything.
If you level
Yeah,
up
but
the
it's
speed
slower.
character first, you annihilate the annoying part where the homing attack takes multiple hits to kill anything.
Yeah, I'd recommend doing speed character first, because the Thundershoot, you're gonna have to stop and attack enemies anyway, so you might as well
You have
just
to do
get...
that with speed characters anyway. You have to stop all the time to kill enemies here.
No, but with homing
don't
attack,
think
you
it-
can just chain some enemies and then go right back to dashing.
Fully leveled up Thundershoot kills every enemy with one
Well,
shot.
Yeah,
It's a
but
lot faster to homing attack
bottom-
everything than to stop Thundershoot and then keep on
The
going.
bottom line, speed and flight characters first, and leave
Power
your
left.
Knuckles for later, because he's slow and you don't want to play as him.
Looks like we can use that cannon to blow up the vertical.
you only use them against those really big enemies you have to use them against.
Yeah. Well, there's none of that's here, thankfully. Not yet, anyway.
Or if you need to pull a Chris Redfield, which you have to do alarmingly often.
Why am I in a car?
Because
Because Sega reached down from above and put you in one. Did that car just pop like a balloon?
Sure.
yeah,
No, the car turned into a balloon and then popped.
Look at that, Sega. Knuckles can run through loops too.
Now here's my thing, okay? Knuckles is clearly keeping up with Sonic, but when you switch to him, he can't run fast at all.
Now, what I've always thought is that when you're...
Nope,
when a
look, he's running
character's-
fast.
when a character's in a lead position, that's when their strengths are put into play. So, like, when Sonic's in the lead position, that's when the entire team is trying to use his strength, which is running faster.
Yeah, but it's still it's still inconsistent. I think that's what Lewis is getting at.
Especially considering we've seen
when
Tails
you're
and
playing
Knuckles
as
run
Big the Cat, he slows down to a ridiculously slow pace. All of the power characters do have different speeds and shit.
And there are people that people may argue saying that, well, if everyone was fast, then what makes Sonic so special? Well, that's where secondary abilities come in.
Sonic's never had good special secondary abilities, though. Like, the Insta-Shield is lame. Homing attack
The Insta-Shield is not lame.
Conceptually, it's lame. Flying is cool. Gliding and climbing up walls is cool. Elemental is cool. Elemental shields are incredibly situational, and the
Elemental
shield is lame.
spin dash.
Everyone has the spin dash.
Homing attack. I'm talking about for this game. Speed characters have homing attack. They can have the spin dash. They have the triangle jump. They can do the tornado attack.
I never use a tornado attack though, aside from those particular boss fights.
The speed characters don't have a spin dash in this game.
Oh, they have the rocket itself.
They should have. I think they should have left the spin dash in there to give the speed characters something, because I do agree that it annoys me how every character is not as fast as they used to be, with the exception of Sonic. But that's kind of a stupid handicap, you know.
Yeah, this is the game that started the everyone's slow but Sonic and Shadow bit. And they haven't recovered since.
Well, at the time of this recording, we
bullshit.
haven't gotten any more. Now
I hate those things.
Sonic game.
It's not Adventure 3.
Well, I won't judge a game by its name, but that's what everyone's saying it's gonna be. But then
There've been
they've been saying that
Adventure
for years.
3 rumors since Adventure 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that
they've been saying that. They've been saying that for years. So it's really
Why do people want another adventure game? I do not understand this.
Because they were the
people
only
want
good 3D games during the dark age of Sonic.
By the way, this Nero Pass segment is incredibly awkward to play through, just saying.
That's just because Sonic, the speed characters are so goddamn slippery. Well, everybody's really slippery. It's just
When
a
they
little bit less
collide with
pronounced.
the wall,
with
they
the speed characters.
instantaneously stop.
I always find myself running up against the walls when I'm playing this game, and it's just
There isn't much in the way of steering physics.
Not in this instance, and those fans aren't rotating nearly fast enough to move me.
That's basically the thing that Unleashed in Generations and Colors got was steering physics. When you turn realistically. You turn you turn a little less sharply when you turn a lot less sharply when you're running fast. And then when you at least in Generations, when you slow down, you can control yourself more freely.
I don't mind that when you're boosting, but I still find Generations Unleashed Sonic to be a bit too stiff when you're not.
Okay, what happened here?
What? It's like, okay, wait, hold on a second. I want to get my bearings.
At least you didn't die.
Well, at least, but still.
That was 06, you would have careered off the deck.
So what happened? The boost pad launched you vertically upward.
But not forward.
You sure you're playing the GameCube version?
Yes.
That looks strictly PS2 there, buddy.
The PS2 version glitchier or just graphic?
No,
Just graphically, it looks like ass.
Graphically, it looks really bad.
And the frame rate is awful.
Yeah, all of the other glitches are still in all of the versions.
From my experiences, though, because Elliot used to own the PS2 version, poor kid. The frame rate is shit, yeah, and graphically, yeah, you're right, it's not as clean. But I've had a lot more clipping issues in the PS2 version, from my experiences. Like, I've went through a few walls here and there that I would never have went through in the GameCube version.
That might actually be related to the frame rate.
You think so? I don't think that would have anything to do with the frame rate.
Sometimes it can, depending on how. How do I say? I think it affects how quickly the system keeps up with the game.
I would think
So
that's
what if
processing
there's like
power
less
is.
frame rate? The game's checking whether you're supposed to go through the wall less, and then you're more likely to go through walls,
That's
or something like that.
I could be wrong. I'm kind of talking out of my ass theorizing about it here. But
But to this day, I've never touched the Xbox version.
I heard the Xbox version really is no different than the GameCube version.
That's what I've heard as well.
Well,
the
they're pretty
Xbox.
The Xbox is pretty comparable to the GameCube in terms
Don't
of system power.
don't go through that ramp in flight mode.
You will die.
Well, you won't die, but you'll at least get hit by the thing.
Just
The giant-
hold.
The giant rolling boulder will not kill you if it hits you. It will make you lose your rings, and then it will stop and wait for you to start running again.
Have you ever noticed that the giant boulders have evil faces on the side?
I've never gotten hit by these guys. I just hold down to win.
I actually hate this section because, alright, then you have better luck than I do. Because, well, for one thing, that final sequence right there, when you're in the air, I've gotten blindsided by the fucking boulders in midair and I fell to my death.
I've never gotten hit by them ever. I just hold down to win.
I just find that
What's
it's-
happened to John has happened to me more than once.
Of all the automated cinematic chase sequences, that one was by far the worst.
I will agree. It ain't the gun truck.
It ain't the gun truck. It's not even the whale from Sonic 06.
You mean the whale
Ouch.
from Sonic Adventure?
I mean the whale from Sonic 06.
Oh,
It's not
that-
even that whale.
Ouch.